songs of joy, to reenact the bonds that hold us together, the Oba people and the Ogoni people, to remind ourselves of the relationships of the past, which made our people work as a unit, which made us one in the struggle to emancipate every one of us. I am glad that after rain, there's always sunshine. I am glad that a lot of things are happening here now which were not happening before. And somebody will ask me what is happening. If for nothing else, at least the international community knows the name Ogoni very well. Attesting to the fact that out of a sorrowful event can come glad tidings. Our people have been together in the struggle to emancipate our people from environmental degradation, from the poverty that have clothed us, from the wickedness of man on man. We have not sought to take everything God has given us. We have merely asked, give us a reasonable share that we may also breathe the way other people are breathing. If that is a request that was bad to man, I am sure it was not bad to God. And because it's not bad to God, that is why today we are here doing what we are doing. I am sure you realize that every moment we are here, we are laying wreath, we are laying tribute, we are laying blessings on the souls of the martyrs who are before us. Because just as they have gone, every one of us will also go and join them. What we may not know is whether we'll be on their right-hand side or we'll be kept far away from them. That one is dependent on what you and I do after the struggle. So the Royal Admiral and Chairman, I want to thank you especially for your statements. Especially when you called on Masop to hold on to the baton, to recharge its batteries, to march forward with strength and courage, to look deeply into those things that will move the people forward. That was a charge for me that summarized why we're here. We cannot fight the fight of our ancestors. They had their fights, they fought them the way they fought them. Today is a different day in the life of our people. And today the tools for fighting is also different from what they had. So if we do not bring our heads together, if we do not remove the littleness of our minds that make us walk against one the other, if we do not engage with reason and intellectualism in order to see the light that will come, then we are going to fail again woefully. It's therefore my call, Mr. President. I've known you for quite a number of years. I have told you that I was one of your admirers when we were in NAFCON then. You were a big manager then. We were down the line. You have a nature that holds tenaciously to what is right. You are dogged in the way you pursue things that are right and germane. You do not let go. But you are not vociferous. You are not belligerent. You choose your weapons of warfare, and you normally conquer. I was there. I was a witness to all you did. I am believing that with you at the saddle, carrying the hope and aspiration of all the people of Ogoni, you will bring the same dexterity. You will bring the same forthrightness, that depth of thought, to making sure that they realize, if not 100%, at least 60% of the reason why they struggle. We understand that along the line there will be challenges, but that is what leadership is all about. Leadership without stone is not leadership. But those who are throwing the stone, be careful so that you don't remove the eyes. Because once the eyes are gone and they are blind, they can't lead you. So I call on you, our people of Ogoni, to rally around your leaders, to listen to them. They will think of the best for you. They cannot afford to do less because Ken Saru and the rest have shown the way already. So they cannot deviate. What you owe now is to rally around them. When they say, let's go this way, know that they have thought deeply. And they will not want to put you in harm's way when they are suggesting a thing. So you go with them and you will achieve the result. I know for sure that the God of justice is on our side. And when I say on our side, I mean the entire Niger Delta. For us who have borne the brunt of the nation's wealth, but like they said in the past, my father said, you go with a basket to fetch water and you come back empty-handed. The same thing happens when there's injustice. When a state refuses to be just, the basket experience is what it experiences. So our call is that those who know should know. Those who ought to know should try to know. Because the times have changed, and we may not sit quietly and watch our people drown in poverty. Ladies and gentlemen, I know that the time is fast spent. All I have done is just to bring you greetings from Oberland, your brothers, your sisters there, who love you and who walk with you. It is not history when we say your father, your mentor, Ken, was always in Omok. He walked with our people closely. He walked with one of our brothers whom you've mentioned today, Professor Claude Ake, who was also a great brain and a thinker like himself. I am glad that even today the son is here seated with us. That is how it should be. When they were holding those midnight meetings, we were not there. But today, all of us can harvest their suffering, their sweat, their thought, and their greatness. I therefore call on all of us to come together and do whatever is necessary and right, whatever is just and righteous to achieving the aims of our people. Thank you, and God bless you all.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So good to have you speak to us. Be the third, the Oba of our land. It's a privilege and opportunity to have you with us today. The people of Ogoni say thank you for coming. At this point, I want to sincerely go to the next agenda of the program here before me. We have the next speech that is coming from a prominent son of Ogoni, a man that at this point in time the baton has been handed over to. Someone that we're expecting the survival and the success, the continuation of the success of this struggle has been laid and has been handed over to him by the past leadership of MOSOP. He is a father, a man that has actually carried the people of Ogoni at heart, ensured that the people of Ogoni is always part of one of those things he thinks upon his awakening in the morning. Please join me as I sincerely hand over the microphone to our father and his son, the president, movement for the survival of Ogoni people of our time, Professor Engineer Olu Andawai Ogosu. Thank you for your opening speech, sir. Thank you.
I didn't hear that very well. Great Ogoni people. Great Ogoni people. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You will know how I feel today for bringing our Omoku brothers here today. I look at them when they came in. They reminded me of what was in the Ogoni Bill of Rights that talked about culture and heritage. You see the respect they give to traditional leadership. That's what we have gradually lost in Ogoni land. But I do know perfectly well that our forebears never did that. Our forebears loved culture because it was in them. And culture did what to them? Gave them discipline. Culture also gave them love for one another. But unfortunately, there was a disconnect. And Ken came at a time when he was a little bit above his peers. It happens that way in most histories of the world. That people will arise when they are above their times, they do what they're supposed to do, and they leave. Ken's soul has been taken to eternity. But the struggle, the vision that he started is still with us. And that's why we're here today. And that's why we have the privilege of having one of the most revered kingship in this country here with us. The event today is to call us back to memory. Agitate us so we can ask ourselves questions. Have we been living well with ourselves? You can see before me papers and books. These will be unveiled today. There's a tabloid here that was started at the time of Ken called Ogoni Star. And that was the mouthpiece, part of the mouthpiece of Musa. So that the voice of Ogoni will not just stay in Ogoni, but will be listened outside Nigeria. That tabloid went out of the newsstands in Ogoni land, and indeed in Port Harcourt. We are bringing it back today. You also will see 2 books on the table. One talks about the victims of circumstance, and the other one talks about the retrial of Ken Saro-Wiwa. We want to recreate what was supposed to have been, but was not. And the challenge for most of today is to put these 2 books in dramatic forms. And we want to promise our brothers from Omok, led by His Eminence, who was my professional colleague in NAFCON. And we're going to dramatize these 2 books. We have already contacted theater departments of 2 universities in the Niger Delta. One is River State University, and the other one is University of Uyo. We're going to put these books in play. and we'll take them around the whole Niger Delta so that we can recreate the message that Ken left with us. I'm promising this house, I'm promising the Ogoni people, and I'm promising our brothers. We want to thank everybody for being here. Yes, movement for the survival of Ogoni people. It's a movement built on justice, fair play, equity, free speech, to be able to stand their own, to be able not to be cowed. We've got to believe in ourselves. And Mossop is well positioned now to take it up from where Ken left. I want to promise you guys that. Government authority. Ogoni has 4 local government areas. And they are with us in the charge to reconcile the people, in the charge to reposition Mossop, to be the mouthpiece, to be the voice. But we can only be the voice if we're going to be forthright, if we're going to be courageous, if we can stand for the truth. In our midst today, to show that we've started the move for proper reconciliation, we have families of the martyrs here. We also have people who stood by us, fought with us, for us to be the people we are still. People we are still, as Ogoni people. They're here today. And we moved to this event, to this iconic community of Ogoni. Bane. Because Mossop was a grassroots movement. We have broken that disconnect. And that's why we insisted we're going to come back to the grassroots and take it up from that point. I'm not going to read what I have. Because once I'm moved by the Spirit, I will talk. So we're here today to charge and challenge ourselves. Are we ready to move forward? Are we ready to walk like brothers and sisters? Are we ready to stop this atomistic nature that pulled us down? Are we ready? We'll be able to uplift education again. Ken contributed quite a lot, and the forebears contributed quite a lot in talking about education. We all know that. The first generation of enlightened people of Ogoni and the second generation of the enlightened people of Ogoni were very interested in peace, in understanding, in capacity development. And that's why today, you go to any part of the world, you'll be proud to see Ogoni people. Ogoni is matured to start its own Ogoni Diaspora Commission. And that's what we promise you guys. We have so many of our brothers in Europe, US, name it. Beneficiaries of the struggle that claim the lives of martyrs. What have they been able to bring back home? It's a challenge we're going to throw back to them. We are ready to bring life back to Ogoni. What I mean by life is our source of livelihood. Our primary occupation. We're all killed as a result of the criminal exploitation of the natural resources that Ogoni was and is endowed with. We are ready to do that. Just to give us a tip of what we want to do. In the next few weeks, Mosop is going to kickstart back to fishing. Because that was a major source of occupation of our people. Car Waterside had the biggest market in West Africa, if I'm correct. Car was Sin, Guara, and where, oh, am I correct? Car, Sin, Guara. We're going to send them back to the waters. And how are we going to do that? We're going to empower them with the boats. We'll empower them with the fishing tools appropriate to those different ecosystems, and enlarge the space for more activity and contribution and participation. We're going to do that. We are also poised to uplift denied us, just like Oba Fobalan said. This is the time of meaningful engagement. We've passed the time of wrong, negative agitation. We have started already to move Mosop back to the international arena as I speak to you all. We started meaningful engagement with UNPO, which is an agency of United Nations that deals with the travails and the problems and the challenges of the unrepresented people of the world. Mosop has started discussions with them already. And in the next few months, training sessions will start. And we're going to take that training sessions down to the grassroots. Our entry is divine. And like I said, at the grave of Ken, when I knocked on that door, I told him we need all his support, because we are going to revive that spirit so that the vision of a better future, vision that will remove helplessness and hopelessness in our faces. Tall task. But with commitment, we'll get there. One major challenge this regime, this administration is going to start working on is to ensure that we rebuild sincerity in what we do. Rebuild passion, patriotic passion on the cause of Ogoni. So, when you see us in your backyards, in your compounds, it's going to be regular. Because we need to interact so we can know where it pinches, so we can know where it hurts. if we are able to resolve all those things, life will start to turn. We're also ready to engage politicians. I want to make that public. Times have gone when they claim Mossop is not political. It doesn't have anything to do with politics. We'll start engaging them. We'll start commenting on topical political issues that affects the people and affects the community at any cost. The next challenge I'm giving is to my cabinet. Mossop has a formidable structure that starts from the president and goes down to the rural, the grassroots, so that what information and communication can flow bottom, top, top, bottom. We're going to revive that. So every chapter chairman, every chapter executive, every national executive, every affiliate executive, you guys be ready to work. Because people who know me know I'm a workaholic. So we are ready to work. We're ready to bring glory back to Ogoni land. We're ready to make Ogoni man stand taller than where Ken left it. Fellow compatriots, fellow Ogoni people, the journey has just started a second phase. The task is not going to be easy. But we need all hands to be on deck so that we can be able to achieve what will bring smiles back, achieve what will put our people back to the farms, pull them back to the waters, to the rivers, and encourage real education. If we carry out good statistics of the educational status of Ogoni land from the second enlightened Ogoni people to date, the graph went up, tabled, and dropped. So we are going to be working with data, real data. Research is the thing. So we're going to bring key into the technology of the world to ensure we reposition Ogoni people to where we stand. So we are asking the authorities from the local government sector to work with us so that we can be able to put smiles in the faces of Ogoni people. I go to the communities, the crannies and nooks of Ogoni. What I see is poverty. What I see is frustration in the faces of our people. It's not supposed to be so. For a people that are well endowed with natural resources, tall order, big task, but with God on our side and the people on our side, we'll make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, our President. I want us.
One second, Mr. MC, please. 1 second. You know, I wasn't reading through. So I want to read something here. Mossop is using this event today to call on the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency, Bola Tinubu, GCFR, who was Ken Saro-Wiwa's colleague from the side of Nadeko. He was. So we'll use this opportunity to call on him as a matter of urgency. To initiate the process of exonerating Ken and the 8 others. We'll push that issue beyond the jargon of pardon and exoneration. We'll pull that because we believe that the official clearing of the names of our heroes will heal the wounds in the hearts, not my heart alone, in the hearts of all of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, President. That was a beautiful presentation from the President of MOSOP, Professor Engineer Olu Andawai Ogoso.